What's good, y'all? Welcome to an episode of Buzz Boys. I'm your host, Terry, and we just saw the Hornets play amazing basketball for 3 and 3/4 quarters for almost like 95% of the game. We just saw the Hornets play great. And then it fell apart at the end with the little fucking training camp bums. But that's neither here nor there. The Hornets played great when the starters and the guys that are actually going to be on the roster played. And that's all that matters. I'm super happy. Um, I don't see how you watch that game and you walk away from it upset. Yes, we lost the game, but who cares, bro? It's preseason and look who was out there on the floor. Like, who gives a fuck for real? The fact that we had a 9 point lead with 3 minutes left, that's what matters. The fact that we overcame what was it, 16-2 run or something like that earlier on in the game, that's what matters. Like, that's what matters. So I'm super happy, man. The starters played good in the first quarter. We looked like a real deal team, and it was a lot in this game that you should be happy about if you're a Hornets fan. Now, obviously, yes, there were a few cons, and there's always gonna be that. It's the first game of the preseason. Um, a lot of new additions to the team, people trying to gel together, and I've seen some people just, I don't get it, man. But I was happy with what I saw today personally. Like I said, the starters looked good, man. They came out good. Um, Gordon Hayward played great. He really did. He really did. And so did LaMelo. But man, the starters just look good as a whole. Um, and then the really only thing that was like I noticed from the start of the game was PJ. It was like it was the PJ make a three challenge. Like, he couldn't do the shit. Like, make a wide open three, bro. Like, he missed like three wide open threes from the corner, from the wing. Why can't you make an open three? Like, I'm pretty sure he started out 0 for 4 from three, all wide open. Like, good looks. And the most important thing is that he had the open looks and his teammates found him in the right spots. That's what matters. First game of the preseason, coming out of training camp. That's what matters. The chemistry to find the open man and trust him to make the shot. And he will make the shot. I'm not too much worried about that. And now if it continues, it can become a concern. But just being in the right spots and people finding him. Okay. And that brings me to my next point. JT Thor, man. He looked special tonight. We already know what the defense is that he brings. But his scoring, it's finally improved to where I knew it could be. Now, I don't think he's gonna go 3 for 4 from three every night. Or I think that's what he was. I don't know exactly. But I know that he played well from the 3 point line. He shot well from 3 point line. Let's get the exact number. He was 3 for 6 from the field and 3 for 5 from the 3 point line. That's what we need. So I was happy to see the way that JT Thor played, man. Like, it was inspirational. It was inspirational, and it genuinely made me happy because that's all I've been saying for JT. I said it in the last video before this, and go watch that if you didn't. Um, I'd be happy with just 7 points from JT Thor and some defense. What did he give us? 12 points. I'm happy with that. Just make the open three, and I have no problem with JT Thor getting run. None. And he's still, 21? He's super young. The upside is there to be special. Moving on. Frank Ntilikina, whatever the fuck his name is, he's trash as fuck. He's ass. That's literally what I have written down in my notes. Frank ass. He's ass as fuck. And I said that with the signing. I didn't like the signing. I felt like the Hornets, I don't know what the fuck their problem was, excuse my profanity, but I don't know what their problem was when it came to backup point guard this summer. Now, I know you're probably thinking, okay, we're going to spend a lot on Miles. We just extended LaMelo. We're going to spend something on PJ. Okay. but we didn't spend a lot on Miles. He signed a 1 year minimum deal. We didn't really end up spending that much on PJ. LaMelo's money is not on the books for this year. So why did we not go get a backup point guard with our mid-level exception that was $12 million? Made a whole free agency video about who I think we should get. I think it was around 15 people, and like 13 out of that 15 were point guards. We have Frank Nulinka, who averaged like 2 points last year. He's fucking garbage. Complete trash. 0 for 4 from the field today, or whatever the fuck he was. Trash as hell. And the defensive upside is not really there either. He's just trash as fuck. There's a reason why he's been bouncing around. Anyway, just that. It was glaring. The need for backup point guard is glaring. And it was a great first quarter, and the starters played almost the entire first quarter. But once the bench came in, either late in that first or early in the second, the lead, the tightness of the game, it was gone. We ended up down like what, 14 or something like that. And because the bench needs to be staggered, Steve Clifford went 5 in, 5 out. I didn't like that. I think he left PJ out there for a little bit, but that's not enough. I know we had Nick Smith Jr., JT Thor, Brandon Miller, Frank, and who else was out there? Somebody else who didn't make too much of a fucking difference. I don't know. Oh, Brandon Miller. I don't know, but I didn't like the way that it was staggered. I feel like, some of these guys, especially Brandon Miller, needs to be staggered amongst the starters. But I feel like what he did was a stress test to see, okay, what can Brandon do with these group of guys? What, who actually can make something out of nothing? Like, in a way, I felt like it was a test. And at the end of the day, I mean, we had guys out. Book is out. Martin is out. Teo Maladon was out. Bryce McGowan ended up being out. So Leaky Black ended up being, like, people were out. So it was what it was when it came to the bench. But I just didn't like the whole 5 in, 5 out. I think it should have been staggered better. But I know this isn't going to be the real rotation anyway, so I'm not going to harp on that too much. Moving on to my next point, man. LaMelo, man, he was played great. He was a GOAT, man. He really willed us back into this game, like basically going on like a 12-0 run, damn near by himself, by just scoring and facilitating. It was amazing. He's so impressive, man. I'm so happy to have him on my team, and I hope that he stays healthy all year. And he's the engine on this team, man. And the fact that we just look so good without Miles, no Martin, it's like, oh man, it just makes you think. I really hope that my AirPods have been connected this entire time, because it just popped up saying that they're connected. So hope this hasn't been sounding like ass this entire time. Mark, Defensive Player of the Year, possibly, bro. He's the real deal, and I've been saying this since last year. He just needed the playing time, and I want us to get rid of Plumlee so bad. And I'm so glad that we did, because now Mark can spread his wings and fly. His defense leading to offense several times tonight. His block leading to points. His steals leading to points. He had 3 steals tonight and 2 blocks in only, 22 minutes? That is so impressive, bro. And it's like the only person I can think who does something like that is like Nick Claxton, who was in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. And then once like Kevin Durant and Kyrie got off the Nets, like he kind of, but his play didn't go down. It's just, you know how national media is when it comes to these awards. So I don't know if the Hornets are good. Mark Williams could possibly be on the Defensive Player of the Year radar. I really do genuinely think he's that good. He locked Bam a few times. Damn, I'm so happy and grateful for Mark Williams, bro. For real, dude. For real. Moving on, Gordon Hayward played fantastic, man. I'm not somebody who, Gordon needs to be off the bench. Brandon Miller. Brandon's a rookie. There's going to be times where he looks like a rookie. Makes mistakes, like all of that. This team is good. It's deep. we're okay with Brandon Miller off the bench. Now, I'm not gonna say it should be like that all year. At the end of the day, it's Gordon's last year of his contract, so it's not like it's gonna matter past this year anyway. But by the All Star break, depending on how things are going, that's when I'm expecting to probably see Brandon Miller end up in the starting lineup if it does happen this year. And if Gordon Hayward is playing this way, I don't mind. Now, chance of him playing this efficient every game, slim to none. That's just not how the NBA works. But he played super well. He knows his role. He played like a leader. Um, and I loved everything that I saw. I literally have no complaints about Gordon Hayward performance tonight. Um, 15 points. I think he was like 5 for 6 from the field. Um, had some assists, had a steal, plus 12, plus minus, 100% from the free throw line, 100% from three. What more can you want from the guy? And then I don't know how many minutes he played tonight, but I know he was out there for a good amount of time. Um, just considering he played 23.5 minutes tonight. Hey, he's 33 years old. I respect that. Um, yeah, moving on from that, something I wanted to see was just Mark be more aggressive. I made that note, and like almost right when I wrote that down, he started being more aggressive. There's a few times where he got the ball in the post and like he was like hesitant to dunk the ball. And I'm just like, dunk the ball. I'm literally yelling at TV to dunk the ball. One time he had, I believe it was like Tyler Hero on him, and somebody else, like guards, like, bro, they have a guard on you, dunk on him. And I don't know if he just saw white jerseys and just kind of got scared, but no, bro, be aggressive. And right when I like said that and wrote it down, he started being aggressive. He started getting those dunks. LaMelo found him on a dunk, and he just got going. Um, and I think Gordon found him in the post for like a little hook, like a little push shot, and he just got going. And that's just what I want to see from Mark. Be aggressive. I think he has the offensive capabilities to average a double double. He can be a double digit scorer. I think he can be a 10 to 12 point per game scorer, or maybe even around 13, 14 a game, just depending on how many touches he gets. But the connection between him and LaMelo is looking good. So I think he could be anywhere between that 10 to 13, 14 point per game range and really average a double double this year. So I want to see him be aggressive because I know what he can do if he does. Um, oh yeah, I already talked about it. I didn't like the 5 in and 5 out subs. Steve did it a few times. I didn't like it, and in the end, that's what ended up costing us the game. At the end, um, Edmund Sumner is fucking ass. I definitely want to talk about that. He's garbage. Um, Frank was clearly garbage, so I'm like, hey, let's put in Sumner. Well, he's garbage too. So yeah, yeah. The backup point guard situation is dire because these motherfuckers suck. Um, Nobody's looking like they deserve a roster spot. These motherfuckers look trash as hell. Um, which brings me to my next point though. Nick Smith Jr. He looks serviceable. He looks like something. He looks like an NBA player. I don't watch him and think he should not be on this team. He should not be on this roster. He should be in the G League. Nah. He looks like he belongs out there. Now, in my opinion, nothing much has changed since Summer League. He's a two. A pure two, it looks like to me. I wouldn't even call him a combo guard. Maybe off the fact of being able to bring the ball up the floor, but he's not getting your team into offensive sets, and he's not a point guard. He's a scorer. And his defense isn't that bad either, but he's a scorer, and that's just what he is. Um, and I feel like he will get minutes out here, especially if Bryce is hurt, and we'll just see who coach favors. Um, but I liked what I saw from him. He made an impact. He was one of the only people at the end of the game that actually was able to do something than just chuck shots like a dumbass. Um, and just leads me to the next point, the bench scoring. I don't know what the final, tally of this ended up being, but I think it was a few minutes left when they showed this graphic. The bench scoring for us was 18 to their 38. You're getting outscored on the bench by 20 points. It's going to be hard to win. So, we need that bench production, definitely, man, because it was ugly tonight. Um, but Brandon Miller did start to cook. He did start to cook. Um, he finished with 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, but he got going. He got to his spots and knocked down a few shots. And, with a rookie, especially somebody like him going that high in the draft, it's just about breaking the ice. Being able to watch the ball go through a couple times, being able to take a deep breath and just move on. We saw how it was for him in the summer league. That second, third summer league was his best games. Because okay, you're in the flow of things. You're taking it all in, the NBA moments. It it becomes something that I don't want to say get used to, but you understand what's asked of you and you can live up to it. Um, but just a little bit more experience, and I mean, every game is experience. Um, and I already talked about him, but JT Thor, man, he plays so good. He played so good. I was just happy. I was just happy every time he did some shit. I was just like, oh, I gotta write that down. Write that down. Write that down. Yeah, man. Um, and then last but not least, I'm gonna try to keep this video under 20 minutes. Last but not least, we blew a 9 point lead with 3 minutes left in the game. Um, Embarrassing as fuck. Um, 18-5 run in the final 3 minutes and 22 seconds, and we lost the game. How do you do that? Even with the little training camp bums in the game, how? But I'm gonna tell you how. Because RJ Hampton or whoever, whatever the motherfucker's name is, because I don't know, he's ass. He's ass as fuck. RJ Hunter, I feel like that's the name. I don't know. Because Hampton is on the Heat. I don't know. But this motherfucker's trash. And he does not need to be on this team. And he's been out the NBA for like 2, 3, 4 years anyway. So I was surprised we won't even sign him to training camp. He's fucking trash as hell. And a fucking jack artist. Like, bro, he shot 1 for 7 in 7 minutes. You're in the game for 7 minutes to take 7 shots? Who are you? What the fuck? The bum point guards were combined 2 for 16. Between Edmund Sumner, Frank Nidalinka, and RJ, whatever. 2 for 16. Absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit. None of them deserve to be on the team. And then you let this guy, Swindler, I don't remember, Cole Swindler, just go crazy on the fucking Heat. Like, bro, I didn't know this guy was prime Steph Curry. I didn't know that. But, hey, Hornets, we're always gonna make a no name look like a star. It is what it is. But, yeah, man, I was very happy with what I saw tonight. Regardless of the end of the game, who cares? Those guys are not going to be anywhere near the floor. I don't give a fuck. What we saw from the guys that matter, it was major. It was integral for what we need. I saw everything I need to see from almost every player. Nick Richards could have played better, but he still had double-digit rebounds. Let me see, let me double check that before I lie. But yeah, he had 10 boards. So I mean, Nick Richards still has 7 points and 10 rebounds off the bench. In how many minutes? 21. So I mean, he was damn near on double watch off the bench. He did some things where just like, what are you doing? But 10 boards off the bench from your backup center, you gotta love that. Like at the end of the day. So yeah, I was happy with what I saw, man. I'm just gonna run through stats real quick. Keeps it on 20 minutes. LaMelo had 17 points, 7 assists, plus 16, plus minus. Terry, 13 points, 3 assists, 3 steals. The defense was there. And LaMelo's defense has improved. The defense was there. And that's why we were able to hang around in this game and come back and take the lead in this game. He had a plus 8, plus minus. Gordon Hayward, 15 points, 3 assists. He had a steal, plus 12, plus minus. PJ, 10 points, 5 rebounds, plus 11, plus minus. The starters plus minus shows you how good they played. Mark, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks, plus 16, plus minus. That's amazing in your starting lineup, especially in a game that you lost. But then it's the bench. JT Thor, 12 points, 5 rebounds, minus 15, plus minus. I don't know why it was minus 15. I don't know. Because I think he played great. But it is what it is. Brandon Miller, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, minus 9, plus minus. Nick Smith Jr., 11 points, 5 rebounds, 0 assists, which is what I'm saying. He's not a point guard. He's not. 0 assists. Minus 16 plus minus. So, but from those starters, man, they played so well, bro. I really am happy, and I was proud of what I saw tonight because we look like a real NBA playoff team. And everybody in the organization that got in front of a camera these last few days, the word that they have said, playoffs, 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 playoffs. So the expectation is there, and the players have established it. So I'm definitely establishing it. It's playoffs, man. Playoffs are bust this year. That's how I feel because, Miles wants a big contract and all the, you just extended LaMelo crazy money. You guys start succeeding at some point. So I like what I saw tonight, man. I don't have anything negative. Just the last 3 minutes was embarrassing, but who cares about them guys? That sounds really harsh, but it just is what it is. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, show me some love, comment, like, let me know what you thought about the game down in the comments below where you're able to watch it. I know it was on NBA TV, but it was blacked out. That was super lame. If I ain't gonna say that, but if you ever need help watching the game, DM me. I'll try to help you watch the game. On Twitter at BuzzBoys919. But anyway, like I said, new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. If you've already been on the channel, like, comment, all that, help the algorithm to get me up, man, so people can see us and we can grow the Buzz Boys family. And we're getting close to 700 subscribers, so y'all please subscribe, and get me there. We're on the road to 1K. Anyways, I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.